Tēnā koutou katoa, Metakiri Himete from the Willis whare. No Madison here today, unfortunately. We've got instead her friends that she's nominated by proxy. We've got Hine, Tama, and of course, who can forget Harold from the Life Education van. Literally Harold the giraffe. So Harold told me he's going to take these kids away to a dark van after this, where he's going to give them an education on sex and drugs and alcohol and sugar. So I personally, as a parent, feel very comfortable with that. I would love nothing more than my children to learn about drugs and alcohol from a talking giraffe in a dark van with little stars on the roof. That sounds like a good idea. Just here with a bit of a, I guess, Christmas buzz, festive buzz, and want to chat about the team names. You know me, I'm no analyst. I barely even know who half the players are in the NBA. So I like to just go through the team names in our league and give my personal opinion. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so there's been a few changes, which is good. So kicking it off, we've got the Toowoomba Clydesdales. Obviously, that's my team. I'm from Toowoomba. The Clydesdales are a breed of Scottish horse, of which our town's local team is named. That's their old logo from back in the day when I was a kid. So it always makes me feel nice and nostalgic when I see the Clydesdales. Just a shame that I'm below 50% now. I was actually going to make a video the other day when I was above 50%, gloating, and I just never got around to it. And I really regret that because I'm probably never going to be above 50% again. Anyway, that's, what can you do, eh? What can you do? Just FYI, I was looking at the standings, and while we're on the Clydesdales, I've actually made the most moves out of anyone in the league at 47. 47 moves. So if we all started making moves in the year 2000, I would be the only one who's made, on average, 2 moves a year since the year 2000. And you know, when you put it like that, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Really makes you think. Okay, on to Will's team, Outrageous Fortune. And I think the name's fine. You know, it's a mid-table name. It's not bad, but it is definitely bumped up by its acronym OF. Obviously, Outrageous Fortune, more like OnlyFans. And Will, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me saying that out of everyone in our league, based on the content that you have willingly sent without pressure, just by yourself, based on the content that you have volunteered to the group, I hope I'm not out of line in saying that I think you're probably the most likely person to have an OnlyFans account in the chat. So I think it's quite appropriate that your team's acronym is OF. Okay, on to Samus takes. I'm sorry, Sam. Look, you're crushing it. You're top of our division, the Wellington and Ben division. But your name does confuse me a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Is it Sam Mistakes, as in Sam makes mistakes? Is it Sammy Stakes, as in, you know, I've got stakes in the semi? Or is it Samus Takes, as in Samus takes joy from my life? So look, you're going great. You took down Hemi this week, but I'm sorry. I'm just struggling a little bit with your name. Okay, on to Hemi's team, Pig Train with the Koru Star. Just brilliant. Honestly, this guy can do no wrong. I think we all knew that even before we started the fantasy stuff. But yeah, James Adams, brilliant name. Pig Train. I know you're talking about getting after the pigs. I like to think of it as like when I was in Cambodia for a few weeks, we were tenting in this place, and it backed onto a pig slaughterhouse, and so there'd be essentially a train of pigs going through getting slaughtered. And I like to think that your team name is almost like that. We're the pigs, and we're just on a train. You know, week after week, someone has to face James and get slaughtered. Except for Sam, who beat you this week. So maybe you're the pig. Who beat you the other week? Someone. Who knows? Okay, on to Stu's team, Petone Mighty Ducks. Yeah, I mean, like for me, Mighty Ducks, that's feels a bit outdated, a bit. But, you know, I guess back in the, Lord knows how long ago, when Stu was a young man, I guess the Mighty Ducks was a very edgy and cool popular culture reference. These days we just call it pop culture, by the way, Stu, you may not know that. But, you know, it's great, Petone Mighty Ducks, but look, mate, I'll be honest, it could be time for a rebrand before we start putting you in the same boomer category as Phil. Obviously, Phil is just, there's no coming back from his state as the boomer of the group. But you're on thin ice, pun intended. All right, cool. On to the Breakfast Club, and Otis. Otis, that's Odin. Is it Odin? Who's the king in Thor? Odin. Lamar Odin, Lamar Otis Christopherson, that's your name now. Love the logo. Jalen Rose Leadership Academy, brilliant. The Breakfast Club, is that a reference to the actual movie, Breakfast Club? I've never seen the movie, but I have seen Mean Girls. And when I read The Breakfast Club, I think of Mean Girls, and I think of the bit where it's like, you don't even go here. And so I quite like your name just for the sake of a movie that's not called The Breakfast Club, that's got nothing to do with The Breakfast Club. So I appreciate that. I also love that your acronym is TBC. It gives off like laid back vibes, I think. I think it gives back vibes of like, you know, to be confirmed, like, you know, don't really, not even playing yet, you know, like it feels like you're just kind of biding your time waiting for the finals. And I think that's pretty sick. So shout out to Otis. Rookie of the Year, Felipe. Yeah, brilliant name for you, considering you're the only rookie this year. Acronym ROTY, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I don't know how on earth you came up with this. It's almost too brilliant. I do feel like the logo needs a bit of work, because you're essentially just wearing a brand in ESPN. But you know, it's your rookie season. You'll get there. And yes, I think you might be the Rookie of the Year. Just like Chet might be, or whatever his name is, or of course the other guy, probably the obvious candidate for Rookie of the Year. What's his name? Ben Simmons. All right. On to Luke Davidson, who of course is called Brokeback Monty Juniors. I'm sorry, Luke. This has got to be one that I'm just not. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But you know, your acronym is big, and I love that. Not much else to say there. I feel like I might be playing a bit of a fool here, because I don't actually know what Brokeback Monty Juniors is. Monty Hoonies. I don't know. So I'll just move on. Jimmy Christopher, Luka Doncic. Brilliant name. Absolutely brilliant. That is just, actually Harold approves of that one. He takes chlamydia and herpes very seriously. And I'm sorry, Jimmy, that you have got a dong itch. Harold says you should maybe get that checked out. But yeah, no, very funny play on words. I approve. Yeah, although kind of funny that you don't have Luka Doncic on your team. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Jimmy has got the least number of moves out of everyone. Stassen's got the second least number of moves on 23 moves, and Jimmy's got 3. So, you know, if we all had to start making our moves from the year Jesus was born and today, then Jimmy's only making a move once every, 672 years or something like that. And when you put it like that, just really makes you think, doesn't it? Really makes you think. Teodor trade blocks. Yeah, Cowboy Kev, done it again, mate. Could be worth changing your acronym, KCD. I don't know, is that from previous name? Not sure. Anyway, perfectly sums you up. You live in Teodor and you love to trade. So what you see is what you get. I mean, and that's just Kev. Hey, that's just what Kev is. You see Kev, and that's what you get. It's just that simple, guys. I'm not going to go into any further. It's just that simple. With Kev, what you see is what you get. Teodor trade blocks, brilliant. Maybe, could be, definitely in the top 6 or 7 names of this competition. I'm going to come back to Stassen because that is just so funny. And I'll go to the champ. I'll go to Phil. Look, pretty ballsy move, calling your teams the champ and having a little crown as your logo. But you're backing it up. You're backing it up with at this point in time, a 50% win rate. Oh man, that is championship numbers. But actually you are backing it up with actions because Stassen was beating you. All of a sudden, now I'm not accusing anyone of cheating, but all of a sudden there's this mystery countback, all right? Mystery countback. And all of a sudden, Phil wins by 2 points, beats little old Stassen. Poor Stassen. Actually, Stassen, I'm about to roast you in a minute. But anyway, it's sad for Phil. Sad that he's so morally corrupt. He might be the new David Stern of our league. You know, just absolutely corrupt. The champ. Finally, we finish with Giddy-licious Gangsters. It is so funny that you have named your team around Josh Giddey. Giddy-licious as well. I mean, it's not even just like Giddy Gangsters. It's like Giddy-licious Gangsters. I think that's so funny. And look, you know, his name almost sounds like Giggity Giggity from, what's his name? Quagmire from Family Guy. That's just so funny, Stassen. And unfortunately, at this point in time, you've got the most unfortunate team name in the competition. So there we go. That's a bit of just mindless rambling about our comp. For those of you who need to put some work into your team names and logos, just may you go well in your endeavours. And to those of you who've got good names, shout out to you guys. Signing out from the 4 of us. Peace.